Hello, I'm going to go over the highlighting feature available in the patent bar exam. My name is Casey Shaw. I am a technologist and an attorney at law admitted with the State Bar of California. I have also passed the patent bar exam and I would like to share my experience and knowledge with you in helping you prepare and pass this very difficult exam. Now, the patent bar exam is required to become a patent attorney as well as patent agent in the United States. Patent bar exam is conducted by USPTO, that is United States Patent and Trademark Offices. The exam it's administered by USPTO, but it's delivered by the Prometric testing centers across the country in the United States. Now, I'll be honest, this is one of the hardest exams that I have taken and passed. And I say that with a lot of sincerity because I've taken over 25 certification and licensing exams over my career. I've taken and passed those over my career. So I think this exam ranks right up at the top of my list of hard exams that I have ever taken. So what is the highlighting feature? The highlighting feature is something that you already know of. This is not a rocket science. This is not a game changer, so to speak, in terms of capabilities available in the marketplace. We have been used to using highlighting feature in word processors for years and years and years. It's the same feature. It highlights the selected text that you select, right? Now, why is it a big deal then? Well, it's a big deal because the patent bar exam is delivered at the Prometric testing center. Now, this center is very much controlled environment. There's the computer is completely locked down. You cannot have access to the operating system. You're not going to have access to word processor for sure. So having this capability integrated into the software for examination is a big deal. So it's a big addition, and I'm going to go over that, show you the importance of it, right? So how does this highlighting feature work? Again, I think you already know about this. You highlight a text and then it makes that text highlighted, right? It makes it yellow. I don't think you can change the color in the Prometric setup. It just makes it yellow. All the way, you can highlight anything within the question area, all the way up to the call of the question, right? So you cannot go beyond the call of the question. That is, you cannot highlight anything inside the answer choices, because answer choices are not part of the question, and there's a different capability there, and we're going to talk about that in another video called crossing out options, answer choices options, and you can do that, but you cannot highlight anything. If you try to highlight in an answer choice area, it's going to cross it out. So be careful. When to use the highlighting feature, right? There are 3 situations where I strongly recommend that you use the highlighting feature. Number 1 is when you see negative or even double negative call of the question. For example, you might see that which of the following is not in accordance. Sometimes you will see which of the following is not correct. Sometimes you'll see which of the following is not incorrect. For example, double negative. That's when you would highlight that information, like not or not incorrect, things like that. Number 2, highlight important dates and timings in questions. For example, you will have those long questions with multiple dates, what's happening on various dates, who is filing when, the priority application dates, timings about 2 months later, 3 months later, things like that. So highlight filing date, priority application date, date when appeal brief was received, because that's the important date, not when it was mailed. Another thing is an examiner sets a shortened statutory period of 3 months for response. Make sure to highlight that. These are the important things to highlight. And then number 3 situation, highlight out of the ordinary keywords. So if you come across things like, for example, here, in AIA fact pattern, you already know based on the dates it's beyond March 16, 2013. So it's an AIA date, AIA fact pattern. And if you see that invention was conceived on a particular date, well, generally they're trying to trip you there, right? So make sure you highlight conceived word there, and you know that it's AIA fact pattern. If you need to, just highlight the AIA date as well, or post AIA date of the application, which makes this application being reviewed under AIA patent laws. And then the keywords that you may not recognize, and the reason I want you to highlight those is because you can then search MPAP with those keywords. Okay, so these are the 3 situations where you should highlight. Now, important thing here is when not to use this capability, right? What you don't want to do is highlight every other word or a lot of words or or the whole sentence, for example. If you do that, you're going to have more highlighted text than non-highlighted text, and then you end up defeating the purpose of the feature that's available to you, which is highlighting. So be careful about that, to not overuse the feature. In conclusion, I must say that you gotta take advantage of this capability. We use it on a day-to-day basis on a word processor, but it's a new capability in terms of being available during the examination at patent bar examination, that is at the Prometric facility. I personally found that could be the difference between one not passing or failing, or at least taking the edge off of those questions where you have so many dates. I found myself not to be using the scratch paper that Prometric provides us because of this feature, because I was able to highlight, and when I look at the choices in the answers, I would just look up my highlighted dates and it was pretty obvious. So I would say just use this feature very wisely. 3 situations, once again: negative call up the questions or double negative call up the questions, timing when you're given dates and months or days or whatever, anything related to timing that is relevant. And then number 3 is highlight extraordinary or out of ordinary keywords that you don't recognize, or something like conceiving an idea, conceiving an invention in an AIA fact pattern, which really doesn't matter. So this feature, once again, very important. Use it to your advantage. Prepare and pass this patent bar exam. Go get it. Say hello to your future IP law career. And for more information, go to www.hellobarprep.com. Thank you very much.